Objectives. Fulfill these specific conditions to complete objectives, and you'll be rewarded with clothing and accessories for Aqua's wardrobe. Then you can equip them. Want to give her cat ears? Well, this is the game for you. We call this the tasteful version of making her a waifu. Also, apparently, that's just a hallway to the void. A bunch of destructible boxes are in the game, and they all, they give you orbs. You got your magic orbs, you got your, HP orbs and focus orbs. Of course, we haven't unlocked those mechanics yet. I believe there's like an objective of hitting all these. Also, cute that they have the light insignia. For the two people asking, KZ, will you be covering all the objectives in this series? I will not. Now, I would love to implore to deliver to you the knowledge and the strategies needed, but I'm not about that life. There's like 51 challenges here, and one of them is just beat the game on critical mode. It's just not happening. We will be playing casually though, so we will naturally get some done. That's why I did this on a fresh save. Hey Aqua, you should probably move.
The row collapsed when the clock advanced. If only I made it in time. But there is no time in this place, only the clock.
How perceptive of Aqua to realize that time doesn't flow in the realm of darkness, which is now, I guess that answered my question from earlier, that it's not just slower, it's just not happening. But, on top of that, since there's no time, that clock has to have some magic weird effect to it.
I knew it.
With Kingdom Hearts, any concept, any of them, could either be a metaphor or incredibly literal. It is a crapshoot which one it's going to be. But a lot of times it's literal. I mean, when hearts are displayed both as heart-shaped glowy symbols and the more natural heart, you know, the ball of light. You can do whatever. I do like that dramatic zoom in. I kind of was like, get ready to go. Seer's magic. She has access to all of the magic you may remember from when you're like fucking 2 worlds into a game. So Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, and Cure. And in general, it's all real good. Very, very, very fun magic. It's good to have like the highest tiered version of it. I wonder. We do have access to customization. Now, something I learned recently, I'm doubting it's here. In KH2, I learned that you can just turn off magic. Like, you can go in and hit triangle in the customization menu, and it makes it so if you don't have enough MP, it won't use the magic. I wish that was in this. I was hearing stuff that it might be in 3 as like an ability, but I'm hoping it's, I was hoping it was here, because it would give you the potential to Unga Bunga in this game. Unga Bunga, of course, is just like shooting a bunch of spells over and over again, and not worrying about running out of magic. Did I just go until I had 1 MP? That is hilarious. So as you can see, this plays like a hybrid between stuff you remember from Birth by Sleep and the Kingdom Hearts 2 style, which in general is the approach for KH3 as well, where it's standard combat, but with the sensibilities and the stuff you would expect from the recent Kingdom Hearts games. So you have your barrier, it's a part of your default moveset. You've got your your dodge. You've got some extra movement options, which we will begin to obtain as soon as we get further. We gotta kind of finish this area off. We'll be getting a new tool to try out every so often here. We simply gotta get these gears. So that was a new Heartless. Powerful Fire Heartless. I would say that it, alongside its water counterpart, are the more difficult enemies in the game. Do destructive damage, but are completely shut down by magic attacks. Specifically, Blizzard for that one, Fire for the water one. Which makes sense. Elemental weaknesses. It seems like the focus in these recent KH games, both 0.2 and 3, a focus on exploiting an enemy's weakness, and it'll cause much more of a stagger and allow them to be opened up even more so. Which I feel like still was kind of a thing in the other games, but is much more pronounced here. Of course, there's plenty of things to look for around here. I 100%ed this game a couple of months ago, finally. And boy, was it a nightmare. Now, of course, I'm sure you guys have some questions in regards to the special bosses for this game, because there is, of course, a super boss in this game that is preceded by a boss rush, and you're wondering how I'm going to handle that. I am undecided whether or not I will be covering that in here, mainly because I think it is possibly one of the worst bosses that around. Kingdom Hearts super bosses have not been great since KH2. There's just a lot of problems with them. And that one in particular, I just find to be incredibly not fun. I'm also someone who doesn't really find Lingering Will that great either, but this one especially is just like, there's not a lot going on there, and you don't have a lot of tools in this game, so I don't know if I'll be covering it here. I try to make a comprehensive, definitive thing for this, but we'll see. One of two options is going to happen with it. I'm either going to not do it, or I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it off and go through the boss rush, but when we get to that part, I will show like some of the different things it can do, and then cut to a victory. But it's not going to be a watch me win, here's the uncut thing. That definitely isn't happening. It's just a boss that I'm not a fan of. But I might do that. We'll have to see. I'm recording all of this way in advance, because boy, is this going to be a busy month for me. Between KH3 coming out, I got to prep all these videos. We have an entire other LP that's going on, and I have a lot of things that I'm doing on other channels now. We have that KH3 podcast I'm a part of. Look up Gamer Premonitions Kingdom Hearts 3. Search that into YouTube, you'll find that, because I'm sure I'll forget to link it in the description, because I'm not going to. I'm sorry, I forget. I forget, so I shouldn't promise it at all, basically. And some other retrospective videos are coming out with me being featured in them if you follow a lot of KH community members. So, busy month. Busy month, and I should try to stream, so we're going through quite a bit here. I have to give myself some lead-in time, especially if I'm going to fight this game's bad super boss. So now we've finally gotten one of these gears. Time will reverse to 3 o'clock. Man, I remember that. Remember when Ben's like, yo, can you kill me, man? It's like, they won't do anything about it. It's like, assisted suicide isn't really a thing in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, everybody comes back anyway. So, these are battle situation commands. So, situation commands are a thing that is specific to 0.2 and KH3, is the main way that you're rewarded for everything you do. You build up 3 arrows on the bottom left by doing various attacks, and once you've hit enough to go past 3 arrows, you unlock a situation command. You can then scroll through them and decide which one you want to do, and you have a certain amount of time to perform it. With magic, they are large mega finishers, level 4 magic spells. In KH 0.2, they are ended with a J, so Fire Raja, Thundaja. And in KH3, to, I guess, make it different, Sora's are going to be with a Z, I believe, going by some trailers. So it's Fire Raza. I think they still have the same function, though. We'll see. We'll see. Localizations are weird There used to be stuff like Blizzagun, if I recall, in some form in Cage before. So it's just that Final Fantasy naming convention where they kind of jump around with what they want to do with it. Kind of neat. Overall, this area is gorgeous. Well, I think we found another gear there. They really outdid themselves with kind of showing what KH3 is going to be about here. Another gear down there as well.
I think that might be a gear up on that roof.
Also, this is the first instance where there's just like talking on the field. There's not a lot of it in this game because it's kind of just Aqua alone. But some stuff to help lead you around a little bit, which is helpful. It helps make things feel a little bit more alive. Granted, 0.2 still has that soulless feeling to it, but here it is one of the game's strengths, where I feel like it could have been a potential weakness in Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance, where worlds were so empty 90% of the time and didn't have much interesting geometry, except for DDD, but unfortunately flow motion was so unbelievably exploitable in that game, you couldn't really get to enjoy the varied geometry of that world. Which I'm glad that KH3 is kind of avoiding that problem, as far as we can tell. But all of that stuff kind of works to the strength of this game, because it's just... It is a warped version of reality, a warped version of these worlds. And just, you know, the fact that everything just looks wrong and looks and feels like soulless, it just really helps. Like, parts of the location are just encased within crystal. There are just cracks everywhere, buildings completely destroyed, debris just floating in suspended time. We have double flight now, though. However, we're missing a crucial part of the moveset. The thing that floaty fans are always afraid of, and it's that dastardly air slide. So let's go pick that up. I think that's the next thing we get. Let's do a few hops over here. This is supposed to be the area to teach you to deal with this guy, i.e. Blizzard. There we go. Got our defense up, got our level up. They designed these levels really specifically to show you certain things and make you aware of how certain things work and what's on offer, which I think is cool. Like giving you a secluded little hallway or a pathway there to fight that fire heartless, which, unless you're going super aggressive on magic, you'll quickly learn fire isn't going to be doing much. And once it fully ignites, it will spin around and you won't be able to hit it properly. It is quite difficult to deal with. So, shot locks are in the game. In fact, the shot lock we were using in the secret episode is the very same here. It is Prism Rain, so it's her canon one. Also, the other thing they teach you is that on the way back, you can see that there is a slide function on slopes, which is kind of neat. God, this place looks so good. Alright. Oh man, it's the fuzz. So you may wonder, how do we get these arrows for situation commands quickly? Well, the game bases it on how many hits you deal, and if you get a bunch of enemies in a group, you will get you'll get the arrows to fill up faster. That's why you can see them pop pretty easily in this game. So I feel like they might make it a little harder in 3, or it might just be about kiting enemies, especially on higher difficulties, to you so you can hit a bunch of them with your major swings, which is definitely a part of what the strategy could be. With this, we've reset the clock completely and restored the castle town's path to the castle. Of course, giving us our final ability, Air Slide. With this, Aqua's moveset for the rest of the game is done. She learns one more thing. One more thing is in her repertoire that you get toward the end. But for the most part, this is how she will control, and overall it feels fine. In general, I don't think Aqua is the most fun to control out of a lot of the KH characters. It's just the way she attacks, I just don't find pretty great. Especially with some of the air combo stuff, but overall I think it's okay. Ideally, I'd always pick Sora's playstyle, or even something like Ventus, but, you know, take what you can get. Because while I do enjoy this game quite a bit, you know, if I had the choice of a New Game Plus where they just put Sora's model in here, I'd take it. Can you bring me the transformations too? No? Okay. Damn you and your integrity. So let me show off the objectives here a little bit. You can pick up these little cat ears. There's some for taking out the flutterings, taking out the flame cores. One's based on leveling up. There's one for 60, 70, and 80. There's one for using counterblast, which appears for you as soon as you do a block and go for it. And then there's like Master of Lightning, so it's, you know, beat a bunch of Heartless with various different enemy magics. And exploiting enemies. And you get to put various accessories on Aqua, which you can access through the wardrobe menu. For example, we could put that volcanic arm plate on her. You can also change the pattern of her little blouse thing, whatever you want to call that. And yeah, that's kind of what we have going on here. My major bummer here is that this does not have a bestiary. I was really hoping that there'd be a way to, like, see what different types of Heartless are and get to see, like, their model, be able to spin it around and, like, read a description and see how many I've killed. But again, this was made as quickly as possible. If there's one thing that I could criticize this for, the game is very short, but also feels very rushed in some aspects. A lot of the stuff genuinely looks really good. In fact, let's run up a little bit. This game does look really nice, but there are some parts where you can definitely see that corners were definitely cut because this was a chunk of the team working on this and the rest of them working on 3. And as you've seen, it's taken them like 2 years past this game coming out to put out 3. It took a lot of time. So I'm perfectly fine with some things being less refined gameplay-wise, but also just in general, just things being rough around the edges. It's like you can easily tell why. They had quite a bit to do. Models don't look perfect either. Kyrie especially kind of looks like a crackhead, but we'll ignore that. Top of the town. Pretty sure there's like some challenge that if you like look around this area and like stick there for a while, you'll see like a shooting star, and then that's supposed to like give you a challenge completion. It's something I plan on doing here, just because why waste the time? But I did want to check out this nice view. All right. Ow, my shins. All right. With the castle town complete, let's go. Okay, maybe we're not done. Let's fight the demon tower. You know, we killed a few too many shadows in these games. They've had enough. This thing is one of the coolest enemy ideas. Just a swarm of these damn things. And they're out for blood. Ow, I'm in pain. Alright, so as you can see, they tend to get more aggressive as soon as you see their eyes change color. So, make sure to watch for that. Let's go into Spellweaver, which you just unlock by doing mostly physical attacks. So, I'm blocking all at the wrong time on all of these. So unlike Birth by Sleep, where you try to build up a meter on the bottom, that meter at the bottom is just how much time you have. You need to fill 3 arrows again to get the finish command. Which we have, so let's show it off. As mentioned earlier, I don't find this part satisfying at all. However, The finisher, a gigantic snowflake, does a serious amount of damage. Thankfully, it blocked it, so all of my work is ruined. We'll ignore that fact and my intense depression that I suffer every day of my life, and instead focus on being super cool and beating on this thing. I was hoping to finish this with the traditional finisher, but his health seems to be a little bit too low. Yeah, not like I'm complaining. Actually, we could... I was gonna say we could try and go for the shadows, but Aqua's like, you know, maybe I'm just gonna try and not die. Anyway, that's our first boss. Nothing too bad.
Not even memories are safe from the darkness. What I wouldn't give to really turn back time. To spend one more night beneath the stars with my best friends. I'm doing it again.
Aqua.
It can't be. What are you doing here? You should be in the realm of light. Oh no. Did you not make it out? Don't tell me. Has the realm of light... Why won't you say anything to me? So what are you? A memory among these shadows? Are you here to try and tell me not to lose heart? The world keeps our thoughts alive. But where do the people who lived here go once the world was taken away? At least they're not here, so they haven't fallen to darkness. I'll take what solace I can from that. Another world that was lost to the darkness. Is that... Ven! Ven, what did you come here to tell me? I know I promised to wake you up. I'm sorry. But I have to find a way home before I can help you. I just want you to know that it's been you that keeps my heart strong, keeps the dark away. It's a mirror. What? just happened? Those mirrors. Maybe they're a clue.